And I love everyone under the sun, man. But come on, man, let's keep it real. There is such a thing as white supremacy, especially here in America. You know what I'm saying? And you saw it, like when I was on trial, I had broken someone's arm, right? I had broken someone's arm in self-defense. During that whole time, my lawyer suggests that I take anger management courses, right? So that I can present those to the judge during my trial. During these courses that I'm taking, you know, there's this girl, right? And she's white. You know, she's bragging about how she stabbed her boyfriend with scissors 14 times. She's like, I stabbed my boyfriend 14 times because he cheated on me. And all she got was a slap on the wrist, probation. Yet I'm fighting, you know, 7 years for breaking someone's arm. They're trying to put me in prison for 7 years for breaking someone's arm. And then there's this white girl who stabbed somebody 14 times just because she was, you know, upset with her dude, and she just got probation. So yeah, man, of course, man, let's keep it real. We all know this. We all know that you know, that people of color are oppressed. And we know it. I mean, look at the news. I mean, all our people are always incarcerated. You know, all the police are always just policing the poor neighborhoods, you know, because we're what? You know, because we're under-resourced. That's what it is. You change the environment and you will change the outlook of the person of color. You give us hope, right? And we start doing better for ourselves. But you take away all the hope and you just give us the only option is prison. Well, then I guess that's where we're going to end up, right? So, but nah, man, of course I'm not racist, man, because I'm indigenous to this continent, right? Right? Because my people, we are the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. Yet we were demonized by the Europeans. They came here in 1492, and they're the ones that raped our people, right? And they're the ones that hung and burned and killed our people, right? And then they divided our continent amongst themselves, right? Within the French, within the Spanish, within the British, right? And 95% of our people were slaughtered, right? By the white settlers, by the settlers, right? They came here and slaughtered all our people, 95% of them, right? And only 5% of our people were left. And they had to become Christian or Catholic. But now we're the majority. We went from being the 5% to being the majority here back in our continent, right? The truth of the matter is that our civilization, you know, goes back to 3700 BC. We're older than Egypt. You know, we had our own customs. We had our own cities. We had our own culture. But you're unaware of that because history here in America doesn't teach you that, right? It just teaches you, we traded and bartered. You gave us a turkey and we gave you some blankets. With that, those are just facts. You know, I'm in no way racist. If what I'm saying makes you feel a certain type of way, then that's good. That means that you have a consciousness. You know, that means that you're awake. You know, so it's okay for me. The truth is gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? But in no way, shape, or form do I hate white people. I love white people. All my girlfriends, you know, have been white. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've been colonized. I've been colonized to think that white is right. You know what I mean? I went to a white school. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a fucking Mexican neighborhood, you know? I always was like, fuck, white is right. The teachers are all white. The doctors are all white. The police officers are all white. I was like, fuck, maybe I should just date white girls, and that don't mean that I'm doing better for myself. I'm trying to decolonize my own motherfucking mind, right? You know? So therefore I had to become Lucifer, right? Because our people, how are you gonna fear what you've conquered? Of course you're not gonna fear the Mexican when you fucking make even Mexican a dirty word. Why is Mexican a dirty word? You know what I mean? It's not, homie. So we gotta be what, Latinos? We gotta be Hispanics? Why can't we be Mexicans? Hispanics are motherfucking Spaniards. Latinos are Italians, both Europeans, right? White Europeans. I'm a Mexican, I'm Mexica. I'm not a Latino, I'm not a Hispanic, homie. That's some whole other game that you're not gonna run by me. You know what I'm saying? You might run it by these fools that don't know, who have been colonized, like I've been in the past. That's why I have these Catholic Christian tattoos, because I was colonized. I haven't even removed them to remind me of my own slavery. These are my shackles. These remind me of the shit that I was unaware of. It comes from the same place that oppresses us. You know what I mean? We're still being oppressed. You see it, our neighborhoods are being gentrified. We have to have the scraps, the leftovers. And I mean, people are saying like, yo, fucking, America was built on the back of immigrants. Yes, America was built on the back of immigrants. I fucking agree 100%. But I'm not a fucking immigrant. I am the indigenous motherfucking person of this continent. I am not an immigrant. This is my motherfucking land. This is my continent. I am not a fucking immigrant. This is my shit. I'm not from Europe. I'm not from Asia. You know what I'm saying? Where am I supposed to go, homie? To Africa? To Japan? To England? I'm from fucking here. I'm not a fucking immigrant. This is my shit. This is my land. This is my people's land. We build these temples. This is our shit. We are the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. So yeah, of course America was built on the backs of immigrants, but I'm not a motherfucking immigrant. Get that shit straight, you know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers don't know his history, his lineage. I'm the Manel, tlalwi, tlalpesjawi intlaltijpaj, intlajocuali, imoneki mochipa. Imoneki mochipa. After our people's enslavement and colonization at the hands of the Castilian Empire in the mid-1500s, and after the imposition of the scalp block bans and laws which would disband the warrior societies, make illegal the Tenochtitlán warrior braid, forbid the practice of our language, our customs, traditional dances, traditional songs, and any form of our original and traditional expression of spirituality and way of life, under the threat of imprisonment and death, there was a small diaspora of our people, members of the disbanded warrior societies and their families, were not willing to bend the knee to the viceroyalty of New Spain and to the European monarchy, who refused to accept the Christian God as their captors, whom refused to be assimilated into European colonial culture, refused to live as slaves and citizens of this foreign military occupation and colonial empire. This diaspora of our people were persecuted, labeled hostiles, and now filled the gallows and the cells, the colonial prisons and jails of New Spain for centuries, becoming in this new world renegades, outlaws, insurgents, now labeled criminals for refusing to submit to colonial rule and practice Western culture, now forced to live on the run. And thus, the Christianized and colonized members of our population began to call us Choloani, a derogative term meaning those who live on the run, those who will not conform. And thus was born the Choloani, or Cholo culture, forged and cultivated in the fires of rebellion. The descendants of the disbanded warrior societies whom were unwilling to submit to a life of indentured servitude, and instead living as outlaws, rebels, hostiles, challenging the rule and authority of European monarchy and rejecting the whole of European Western culture. And as the Christianized and colonized members of our population adopted European Western style clothing and the way in which they were worn, and adopted Western culture and religion, stopped speaking the language, whose skin did not wear the Tenochtitlán, the earned warrior tattoos, who no longer sung the old songs, who no longer wore the piochtli or temilo, the Tenochtitlán warrior braid at the background of the head, whom forgot their history and lineage, whom accepted this new colonized way of life as workers, as farmers, toilers, plebeians of their European enslavers. It was only the Choloanme who would become known as the Cholo, whom continued to fight, to resist, and continued to sanctify themselves from Western culture and the now esoteric expressions of our original culture and warrior society's customs that would later define Cholo culture. Long shorts, symbolizing the khalsa, the woven agave fiber or cotton long shorts. The tubos, the long socks, symbolizing the chotsehuat, the war leggings. The large cotton shirt, symbolizing the huipili blouse. The long canvas belt, symbolizing the tlajo ipiloni, traditional sash. And the paño, or bandana headband, symbolizing the chichimeja ishkwai huetlachtli, or traditional buckskin headband. And the brucha, or large mustache, symbolizing the tenijuillo, or mustache, a via of Zapata. This diaspora's descendants of hostiles and renegades, of Choloani, Cholo, raised and tempered in the colonial penal systems of New Spain, which would later become the penal systems of Mexico, and which would then become the prison and jail systems of the United States in 1848, is what created and cultivated the Choloani, Cholo culture, still present in prison system of Khalifas in the Southwest, still present in the oldest remaining still hostile barrios and neighborhoods throughout Khalifas and the Southwest, where still lives on the very last remnants, lineages, traditions, and customs of our people's ancient warrior societies and warrior culture. This is what it means to be a cholo. Manel, tlalwi, tlalpesjawi intlaltijpaj, intlajocuali imoneki mochipa.
Wrong. He's actually a 30-some-year-old white man from Florida. This is kind of amazing in the 2021 day and age of social media, but this is him right here, man. This is Owen Thomas Phillips. You can see the tattoos under his eyes. This was him in, I believe, 2010. He was arrested in Florida for a concealed weapon and some other various charges. And this is actually the, let's see if I can see here. This is his paperwork. He is actually identifies, or back then at least he did, identified as a white male, you know? And that's kind of crazy, man. Hold on, let me take that one down.
Hi, everyone. I know you guys have been waiting on me to speak in regards to this situation with Iron Jacket. You guys are upset with me because I didn't jump when you asked me to, right? You guys are saying things like, my silence speaks volumes. The only thing my silence is saying is that I don't speak on things I have no clue on, right? I don't know anything about this man's personal life. I don't. He doesn't know anything about my personal life, right? You guys want to address his love triangle, want me to address it, his blue eyes, him being a white boy from Florida and not a Chicano from Los Angeles. You know, my relationship with Iron Jacket was simple. It was an artistic, creative one. That's it. Outside of that, I haven't a clue. So I hired him to do La Vida es un Sueño, and he didn't charge me. He did it on the strength. From that, Choloani came to be. And I hate to break it to you guys, but Choloani's real. It's a real story. And it comes from a real source, right? Let's call this person Triple OG. I don't want to put his name out there because it's not my place to do so. When I was working on Choloani, Iron Jacket told me about Triple OG and that he gave him the lowdown, the rundown on Choloani. So as we're making it, I said, hey man, is it all right to share this with the world? He said, yes, of course. That's what we want. That's what we all want. We want to put this message in the hands of our people. And you know, I took you guys on that journey and I love it. And I was down for it, right? Obviously, I made it happen, right? So as we're working on Choloani, you know, he tells me about Triple OG, and me and Triple OG become friends on Instagram, and Triple OG has been deported, and he claims to be one of the first Nahuatl speaking homeboys, right, in prison. And this is from back in the days, right? He's a veterano. So I am now in contact with Triple OG. I've been on the phone with him, and he confirmed that Choloani came from him and that it's authentic, that it's real. It's a real history. You know, it's not fake. It's not made up. And when all this stuff happened with Iron Jacket, you know, Triple OG contacted me, and I said, hey man, should I take this down? Is this fucking fake too? Is everything fake? What's going on? And he said, no, don't take it down. The message is real. It's not about the messenger, you know. It was always about the message. So I said, okay, fuck it, I'll leave it up. But we lost sight of that, right? Now it's about the messenger and not the message. Okay, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I get it. So, you know, I ran Triple OG's name through my people, through my circle, and he checks out. He is who he says he is, right? I think Triple OG should come out, introduce himself to the world, and let people know, like, hey, I gave Iron Jacket the origin story of Choloani, and I am a real motherfucker, you know? Her earned my stripes, etc., etc. So he gave the message to Iron Jacket, or the origin story, as I should say, as I put it. So hate to break it to you, Choloani's real. But his ID caught my attention. It was something I had never seen before, right? And it's not because it was an out-of-state license or anything like that, but it was a little bigger than normal. And it said diplomat in red letters on the top. It said diplomat. It had his photograph with all the tattoos. And on the name, it said Iron Jacket. And underneath that, where it was like race or tribe or something, it said Chichimeca. That was on the ID. That was a real fucking ID. It wasn't some fake thing, right? And it blew my mind. I was like, damn, this fool's a diplomat? And he saw me looking at it, and he was just like, hey. And I didn't even touch. I was like, hey, my bad. I didn't mean to be, lurking on your stuff. And he's like, no, it's okay, But yeah, that's what it said on his ID. Diplomat, Iron Jacket, Chichimeca, had his fucking photograph. Name checked out. I'm an artist. I collaborated with him. I shared my platform with him, but he was already Iron Jacket, before he met me, You guys are upset because I didn't jump on it the minute everyone else did, right? The reason I didn't do that, it's because I myself have been wrongfully accused in the past of things I didn't do, right? People have made videos about me, that are incorrect, that are wrong, and they're straight up lies, right? And that's why I didn't jump on this fucking situation with Iron Jacket like everyone else did. When all this stuff was coming out, I was like, I gotta talk to old dude. I gotta see what's true, what's not, I can't just come out and turn my back on this dude ASAP like that, like all his other homies did, like, hey, to each their own. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck wants to go down with a sinking ship? Save yourself type of shit, but I was thinking, you know what? People have light on me. There's a video out there in the fucking internet right now that's not true, that some person made about me that I don't know, and people ate it up. What if this situation with Iron Jacket is similar, right? What if people are lying on him? That's where I was coming from. That's why I didn't want to jump on this situation like everyone else did. I needed the dust to settle. I have other things happening in my life outside of Iron Jacket, outside of social media, outside of Instagram. My mom died 2 months ago. During this time with all this, Iron Jacket was coming to my house because he was working on Choloani Part 2 with Marvelous, with Triple OG, with Homeboy from Arizona, with Richard, with all these people, right? I had already backed out. My mom was at the end of her life. And I told dude and everyone else, hey man, my mom might die tomorrow. That's what I need to focus on. Not Choloani Part 2 or anything else. So when he was coming here and working with the homies and doing whatever he was doing, that I wasn't a part of that. I already checked out, I don't know what you guys want from me, man. Like, honestly, you guys want me to talk shit on this dude? What do you, that's not who I am. What do you guys want from me, man? You want me to take the video down, Choloani? You want me to take down La Vida es un Sueño? I don't give a fuck. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But then don't fucking DM me and leave messages on my other videos like, yo, where the fuck is the video? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what you guys want to hear from me. But I'm sorry if I didn't give you guys what you're asking for. I'm just me, And I don't know what else what else to say. You know, have a good night.